I've been doing this. I've been doing this my whole life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So tell us about that? Because
When I
you
say my
served in
whole
the
life,
army, right?
say that
Or
again.
you served in the service?
No,
No.
but my coaches, um, I had the coaches who understood that I was a talented. I had the talent, but there's some technical things that I had to do to get that, and I had to want it. I had that to have that desire to get better, and I struggled with that. Like I said earlier, to figure out what they were trying to ask me to do, and that's been my whole entire life as even a track and field athlete. Trying to compete with the best in the world. I mean, guys like Carl Lewis, the top runners and top jumpers. Um, and when it comes to boxing and track and field, all the sports that are around today, they are a spinoff of running and jumping. And the only thing when I look at boxing, I see every event in track and field. You're using your arms, you're using your legs, you're breathing, you're learning how to breathe, you're learning how to relax, you have to be explosive. So they'll say, when I got in the game, but they're like, oh, you're a track and field dude, what are you going to do? I said, I'll tell you what I will do. I know biomechanics because I was an athlete, and the U.S. Olympic Committee will break the jumps down or break it down biomechanically. So I know the movements of the body. I know every fucking jump that you can name. I've done it. And when I look at boxing, and I say that boxing, I believe boxing, there's a lot of stuff that boxing still has to learn, right? Even as it pertains to teaching an athlete the small things like pushing off the back foot when you throw a jab. That's your power. That's your weight, right? And in track and field, when I would long jump, they had at the end of my jump, there's a step to call it the penultimate step. It's like before you make a soccer goal, you make a move, you gather yourself technically, and because you don't just run and kick the ball.
Right.
You if you slow it down, the body stops. And that's the penultimate, which is a step, right? And in boxing, even the world champions, I tell Regis a lot, do the technical things, right? So all of that stuff combined, I've been doing it. So if I see a fighter throwing a hook, I don't tell them how to throw no punches. I just work on the mechanics. So I could say that with confidence. I'm not going to tell them how to throw. I don't have that IQ. I don't have none of that shit. I don't even know how to tie the gloves. You know what I'm saying? I stay in my lane, but my lane is all the technical stuff that fighters take for granted. And I consider, because I was that athlete who had to be very, very technical and jumping, running off the long jump board, driving the arm up, doing everything I need to do technically to get a good jump. And I actually believe I was in the wrong fucking sport. If I was a boxer, I'd have been world champion. Because you're not going to beat me. Man to man, head up, and track and field, I struggled, bro, because I was like, I can't stop this motherfucker from running faster than me because he in his different lane.
Right.
But my mind used to be killing me. I'm like, I can't, like if Carl Lewis jumped 28 feet, I want to go do the same thing. But guess what? My aggression has to be controlled. So if I come down the runway like we all did, trying to whip him, we fuck up. We foul. You step over the board. So you have to learn how to harness that aggression to be real finesse, as a finesse way, and relax and explode. And we don't get it. But in boxing, you lace some gloves up and you got to beat me. I should have been a boxer or a tennis player because you're not beating me. You're not doing it. So when I say all my life, I've been fighting and scrapping all my life, man. You know, even coming up in New Jersey, you couldn't just walk around a neighborhood and not get into shit. It was a part of living. You know, if you got your ass whipped, you got it the next day and did it again until you won. So God knew that I had to be around this sport. I've always liked the sport, and my idea with the Olympics would be going for track and field, right? Decades competing. Here I am, have Olympic boxers like Virginia. I'll be going to Tokyo, wherever you're going to have it for fucking boxing. I'm thinking, this wasn't my plan, you know? So I've been living as an athlete.
People plan, bro, but God is the best of planners. Look, you hit a nail on the head, Evans, and it's even more so why we fit together, because and man, they'll tell you, you know, we get boxers come in the gym and they built like a brick shit house. They punch in the bag as hard as they can, and they all, I see them all doing this shit. They try to see if I'm looking, right? Because they want me to train them. And I tell, you know, anybody, well, all that don't make a fuck when it comes to fighting, because I learned as a kid, and to this day, I use the same prescription for everybody. Quentin probably could spit it verbatim. Certainly Robert Redmond could spit it verbatim. Danger, Manny. I say, if a kid has some drive and some character, I'll teach him how to fight. That's my job, is teaching him how to fight. What I can't do, right, is have an Evins TOBLER and the coach says, your skills ain't met up yet. He wasn't saying you suck. In fact, he was saying, motherfucker, keep plugging, because you're going to get it. Now, the drive will make a trainer see I'm not wasting my time. Now,
absolutely,
we getting some sparring and you get your ass kicked, and I see you at the gym the next day. Now we got some character, because he wants to be like you. This motherfucker beat me at the long jump. Fuck that. So you give me them two elements, I'm gonna teach you how to box, man. That shit, that's just what I know. But it's also why I wasn't never gonna be a professional fighter and never gonna succeed in that world, because my fucking father told me when I was 12, son, it takes drive, character, and ability to be successful. Now you got character, you can take your ass whooping and you come back. I've given you some ability, but you don't really want to do this. You're boxing because that's what we do. You know, and the truth was, I think much like you, Allah had a better plan for me, because he said, just because you wasn't gonna be a professional prize fighter, you sure the fuck could pick out the right guys. Yeah. Regardless to the world seeing it. I don't give a fuck about the world. If the world knew, everybody could make champions, but they can't. So when you take a Quentin Randall, who was built just like me as a kid, and he's long and stringy, well, according to this Houston style of fighting, oh, he won't do shit. We don't do Houston style of fighting. In fact, we whoop it. So come on, I'm gonna show you what to do. And that kid had the drive and the character to accomplish everything he did. I'm just holding the remote at the right time. He's doing all the fucking fighting. So same thing with Robert Redmond. Robert Redmond came to me. I didn't build him, but he's a completely different fighter now. He'll sit there and go, damn, coach, I wish somebody, hey, it ain't my fault, motherfucker, you didn't walk in till when you walked in. But I seen this kid was gonna work, man, every fucking day. And then I seen he's going, man, I'm a professional, man. I'm an undefeated professional, man. When the fuck I'm gonna fight? You ain't gonna fight for me like this, so whatever. That takes character for a kid to keep coming, driving from fucking home every day to Katie and saying, All right, coach, you got the fucking joystick, man. I'ma just, I'ma do this. I'ma hit this bag and shit. And that kid knows, and that's been proven with him. That kid knows I'm gonna protect him. That kid knows I'm not gonna lie to him. That kid knows if I say we shouldn't do this, the answer is no. If I say we should do this, we need to go do it. You got to build them type of relationships. But what your trainer said was exactly what my daddy said, who was born in 1923. So the shit ain't changed. From him, it's just different words. Your coach said walk, and walk is drive. I want to keep going. I want to keep going. Yeah, you motherfuckers say I suck. I came in fourth place, but fuck you and fuck everybody else. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
You give me a guy with a 2-liter bottle of drive, and he got a little bit of character. Nothing across the ring confuses me, Evans. You know that. You know that. None of that shit confuses me. This is what he's doing. This is what we need to be doing. Now go do it. That's just what it is, man. So you took what you had in track and field, taking that to boxing. One thing I never thought of, got that track and field guy. That kind of amazes me because I understand what you're saying. Fist fighting is all track and field, but just all rolled into one. Just all rolled into one. So track and field is a complete athlete. So you need to be a complete athlete in this game. And hopefully you got a guy holding the towel in the corner, knows what the fuck he's doing. So you ain't winning off being tough, right? That's what you need to do. But yeah, bro. We did it all on purpose, man.
Another thing that I see that you guys do a lot, which I really like, is the swimming. You guys do a lot of swimming, huh? I've always said that boxing is probably the best workout regimen that you can have. Second only, maybe, to swimming, because with swimming you're working out muscles that you didn't even know you had.
Well, what you just said is, listen, they like this. Boxing and swimming is like a fucking chain. Because guess what? You're doing the same thing. You got to move your arms. You got to move your legs. You got to breathe. If you don't fucking breathe, you're gonna drown.
Same thing in boxing.
I got all kinds of techniques and stuff that I use in my fighters in the water. They think I'm crazy.
But you
come out of the water. It's crazy.
You ain't working with just any old body, like you mentioned. You're working with Regis. You work with Anna Gabriel, Jenny Finch, Michaela. I mean, you're working with Q. And the list goes on and on. Even with the rest of the U.S. Olympic team. How did that opportunity come to happen?
Man, I'm gonna tell you. Listen. Everything coach always remind me. I mean, I think a lot of times, like I said, this wasn't my plan. This is God's plan, right? And when you do what you're supposed to do, and when you're in your lane, I truly believe I'm in my lane, because I've turned down many of college coaching jobs for track and field, right? All my friends are college track coaches, and the opportunities I have in boxing is because I'm still in my lane. To get opportunity to work with the Olympians, these Olympians came through working with athletes like Virginia, like Jenny. She was U.S. 5-time USA champion. She's made 2 Olympic teams, and then she connected with Coach K, and her and Michaela are best friends. So Coach K was like, I like the work you're doing with Jenny. And then all of a sudden, they started feeding me athletes. Man, I got these kids I just work with. All those kids are potential world champions. And guess what? They have work ethic. And I was like, it's been a while since I've seen a bunch of kids in one place with the same drive. And I'm just in my lane. I'm gonna continue to stay in my lane. I'm gonna tell you something else. The opportunity with Jared Hurd is and when we won July 22nd, 2019, I